Hello, darlings, and welcome to another Dragon Age 4 Dragon Age Dreadwolf, not Dreadful, character prediction tarot reading. Thank you for joining me. So, alright, we're starting to, well, not run low, just there were so many at the beginning. Alright, so who is it gonna be now? Andarateia Cantori. Antivan Crow. Well, I'm pretty sure wherever she is, she might be accompanied by Viago de Riva. But she might also not. They appeared together in the missing, but she could also have her own goals, her own missions, and she also has her own knowledge. She has her own house, you know, so because she's a Talon for the Antivan Crows, so of House Cantori. So so there's that. I forget which Talon she is, in what order. I think Viago is 6th, but is she the 2nd? Is she the 3rd? Anyway, I should know. I feel I should know this, but anyway, it would be fun to have her as a companion, but the way she was presented into Winter Nights and in The Missing, I'm guessing she'll be more of an advisory role, more an ally who accompanies us maybe on a few quests, a quest giver. Though I would see, you know, a companion, but a, you know, advisor and quest giver makes sense as well. And as an Antivan Crow, as a Talon, she has a lot of unique skills. She has a lot of unique knowledge. She has a lot of secrets that she could potentially share with us and help us on our way. So, and she appeared in concept art. As far as what I'm able to interpret from the concept art, she has appeared several times. So something tells me that whether she's an advisor, companion, or ally, she's going to have a large role in Dragon Age Dreadwolf. So even if she's an ally, she's going to appear for many missions and give for many quests and have a prominent role in the game. Which makes sense, because she's a Talon. You know, that's an important role in Antiva. And we're going to need all the allies we can get in Antiva, because especially if the Qunari are invading, and the Antivans are going to need our help as well, because the Antivan Crows, they are the military body of Antiva. They are the line of protection for Antiva of all threats, including Solus, not just the Qunari. The Qunari are kind of like prominent because they kind of already started their invasion of Antiva. So we need them and they need us. So what will Andarateia Cantori's role be in Dragon Age 4? What do the cards have to say about that? And her relationship with the Dragon Age 4 protagonist. Alright, so it is reversed. It is 7, the Battle Wagon for this deck, Major Arcana. This is what the image looks like. Well, that really focused on the horses. So, it's the Chariot. So the Chariot reversed. That's Dorian when romanced. So does that mean, so in the Dragon Age Inquisition deck, the romance version, does that mean Andarateia will be able to flirt with her? Will be able to romance her? I mean, I won't object, and I know a lot of you won't object to that either. Andarateia and Viago, romanceable? No objections from me there. So, reversed, the card represents Inaction. Ooh, so, well, I mean, the Talons have been halved. So, you know, so maybe they, right now, are in inaction because they are uncertain what to do to save Antiva, which is where we saunter in. And with our non-power, but like our allies, and we're like, we'll save the day. Help figure out a plan. And inaction isn't necessarily a bad thing, though. Sometimes the best action is inaction, because sometimes you gotta wait for the right moment. Sometimes not just the right moment to take action, but you're waiting for information to come in. You're waiting to know for secrets and knowledge. So inaction might be a good thing as well. Impatience. So will we be impatient, or will Taya be impatient? Impatient to stop the Kunari invasion, which would make sense. I'd be impatient to stop the Kunari invasion as well. Indecision. Indecision speaks more the ensemble of the Talons. Undecided as to what to do next. Undecided to what to do about her house. Undecided about what actions to take. Indecision could lead to inaction, and that's why she might need our help. It could also be we have indecision that leads us to inaction, and Taya comes and helps us. Indulgence. Indulgence is not necessarily like a gluttony thing. Indulgence could be indulging in certain actions. So indulging in murder, or the crows are assassins. So indulging in missions like that, or indulging, on the physical plane of things. Obsessions. Obsessing. That could be obsessing about how to protect Antiva. Obsessing, when you're preoccupied about something, you tend to obsess about it. Well, at least I do. So, let's be real. So, unless it's just us obsessing over Taya. But, yeah, obsessions, neediness. Well, there's this need. So she might have certain needs, but neediness isn't necessarily, romantic or emotional. Neediness, needing allies, needing the companions, needing supplies, needing to save Antiva. So there is this need around Taya in regards to Antiva, or we have a certain need, and she comes to help fulfill the role that we need her to fulfill, be it ally, companion, and whatnot. Vanity. Vanity often is associated with like being vain, like a bad thing. A vanity in medieval times, in those times, it's when they'd sit in front of a vanity, so there's like a mirror and there's people looking at themselves. But like when you look at the vanity, you can see what's behind you. You can see your reflection. So there can be some symbolism in there. What is reflected back? What is reflected back to others? What are others perceiving? And vanity, it can be a good kind of vanity as well, to use the vanity, use her looks to get into to sneak into somewhere, to sneak about, go somewhere so that she can gain better information for us. Unrealistic goals. So whether it's about Antiva or House Cantori, maybe she has unrealistic goals of removing all the Kunari, saving Antiva, instead of just going little bit by little bit and focusing on what really matters. Maybe there will be losses, and maybe the unrealistic goals is mitigating all losses which might not be possible. Lack of reason or logic. Lack of reason or logic. So reason as in sense, sensible sense, logic, reason as opposed to madness. So a lack of reason and knowledge. Well, maybe I keep saying knowledge, so maybe it has to do with knowledge. Lack of reason or logic. So maybe there's an emotional aspect. Andarateia is worried about how she's worried about Antiva. She's worried about the people she loves and cares for. So that a high emotional rise could lead to a lack of reason or logic, or the Dragon Age 4 protagonist is the one experiencing the lack of reason or the lack of reason or logic. Why do I keep saying knowledge? So there's got to be something to do with knowledge. And then maybe knowledge comes, with knowledge, there is no ignorance, there is only knowledge. There we go. So either Teia plays that role, or we play that role for Teia of bringing the knowledge, or having that more logical mindset to balance out the emotional mindset. You gotta bring balance to the force. Yeah, you gotta bring balance, and looking at it from all sides, looking at a problem from all sides, not just emotionally, but looking at it logically to be able to take the best action, make the best decision. What's best for House Cantori? What's best for us as the protagonists? What's best for Antiva? Incompletion of work. So maybe the Talons start trying to save Antiva and it's incomplete. They need us. Or maybe we begin something, it's incomplete. We need Teia. And this is particularly in regards to Teia, but she's a Talon, so she will play a role in regards to what happens when we go to Antiva. She's one of the leaders of Antiva, so she's going to have an important role regardless of what it is, which has to do with Antiva. So incompletion of work. Alienation. Are we being alienated? Is she being alienated because she disagrees with the other Talons? The other Talons disagree with her, and she needs our help? Or which of you is the one who mentioned in regards to Viago de Riva and Andarateia Cantori maybe getting into a quarrel together, and we need to, maybe they are on two different opposing opinions, and we come to act diplomatically to help reconcile that. So the alienation could have to do with that. Family upsets. It's not just House Cantori family upsets. It's the Talons are consider themselves a family, even if they're not related by blood. Even all the houses, the elves and the Talons lead the houses, but all the crows in each house, they're not necessarily related by blood. So family upsets. There's an upset in Antiva. There's an upset with the Talons. I mean, they've been halved. The half of them have been eliminated. So definitely there are upsets, and there will be disagreements, and maybe we come along and help reconcile. We help with that. The family upsets would lead to the indecision, would lead to the inaction. And so, yeah, and maybe Teia's being accused of vanity when she's not trying to, or maybe she's trying to use a vanity in a good way, but then, you know, it just, that's what it speaks to me. That's yeah, family upsets makes perfect sense. Like, hello. And the whole of Antiva is in an uproar, is like, because of the Kunari invasion and everything. So definite. Anyway, now I'm repeating myself, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below in regards to Andarateia Cantori and the chariot, the battle wagon. And I like that here it's called the battle wagon because reverse battle. So, and is she going to lead forces against Kunari? Is she going to take charge where others will not? So is she going to encourage us to take charge where others will not? So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you all soon. This was a good one. Masaranas.